And welcome everyone to Mystics Pregame. We got Carter W. Jr. joining us from Wilson Garbage. Just a quick reminder, head over to the FocusTV.com so you can stay up to date with everything we have going on, specifically with Mystics. As the regular season continues to wind down, we're like 13, 14 games out before we reach the postseason. Outside of that, latest episodes from our weekly edition of Focus TV are available up on the side as well. Don't forget the 24/7 feed features content from our channel on local and Amazon Fire TV. Right, so, Washington's homestand Cardell concludes today. This afternoon, they hosted Phoenix Mercury. The Mystics are on a 6-game win streak. Yesterday, we saw the news of them. They were awarded the Nigel Lady Hamilton off the waivers after New York waived, I believe, Thursday. The Mystics are currently third in the East after this 6-game win streak. Hopefully, it continues today. And that's coming off a 79-74 win at home over Atlanta a couple days. Mercury had a rough year. They come into this game with a record of 12-21. They landed guard Kelsey Plum in the trade with the Sparks, literally on what was the last Sunday, which was the trade deadline. So Phoenix is coming off back-to-back losses to the Dream and the Sun. As far as the injury report goes, neither team has injuries to report. However, what is expected for Nigel Lady Hamilton is listed as out. It makes sense to just join the team. So she's not available this evening. So Cardell, my question to you, what does Washington have to do this afternoon to close this homestand with the win over the visiting Phoenix Mercury?
To me, they got to approach this game not looking at the record. This is their first matchup against the Mercury, but you got to kind of look at this as kind of like a totally new team type of out, like the beginning of the season, come out with that type of urgency. We know Alyssa Thomas and Kalea Copper, those are two problems in itself. Now that you add Kelsey Plum, it's just a totally different team than what they've been for most of the season. With the way she could shoot the ball, and just from every level, all three levels. She's one of the most efficient scorers in the WNBA, and people that may not understand, she's averaging 21.3 points on the season, but she's shooting 58% from the field, 58.3% from the field, 46.7% from deep, and 88.2% from the free throw line. She hit a few more free throws, she's going to be at 50, 40, 90 easily. The fact that she's shooting 58% as a guard is insane. You know what I mean? And 46% from deep. So it takes time to build the chemistry. We all know Alyssa Thomas. It's a one woman freight train. Getting the rebound, bringing the ball up court, facilitating, finishing at the basket, drawing free throws, post ups, all that. The one weakness that's been constant throughout her career is shooting. But when you got Kelsey Plum spreading the floor, it's hard to come and slide over the container, trap her, or they dig down to try to slow her down the post or whatnot. They complement each other well. Kalea Cobb is one of the most athletic, versatile wings in the league, averaging 20.8 points, 3.6 rebounds, 1.9 assists. Defensively, we all know she can guard one through. She can guard some fours effectively. You know what I mean? So she's not the most efficient scorer, but her bread and butter is getting downhill, drawing fouls, and she shoots 78% from the line. So you got to contain her and not put her on the line. But defensively, you got to be smart. She can disrupt things defensively. So you got to play chess and know what to do when she's guarding you. And then you got Nagic that's been doing her thing. DeWanna Bonner, the ageless one, he's still at 38. She's averaging 10-6. Again, you have a lot of players that are veterans that can help them. And if you don't, put it this way, if you focus too much on Plum, Copper, and Thomas, they have other players that can kind of get off and make things interesting. The thing is, they're not consistent, which is why their record is what it is, and that's why they traded for Plum. So with that being said, the Mystics can't come in like a days ago, because this is what I call a trap game. You come in, beat some heavyweights, 6 wins in a row, you trying to go for 7. And you see this team like, oh, we at home, they ain't gonna do nothing. No, they have some players that can beat you by themselves. If Kelsey Plum gets hot, it could be a long night. If Alyssa Thomas gets going, it's gonna be a long night. Copper as well. So you have to approach it not looking at the record. You gotta approach it like uh, their threat and try to make this 7 because we all know it's waiting. And guess what? The Aces are already preparing. People don't may not have heard. They actually sat their big 3: Chelsea Gray, Asia Wilson, Jackie Hunt. They rested them because they played kind of like damn near back to backs or whatever within 22 games in like 24 hours. But to me, they rested them because they know what's at stake with the standings and who they about to go up against this upcoming week with the Mystics, and they know that's huge. So they wanted to put their best foot forward. So and they're getting smacked by the Liberty right now, but I think they're looking more to that because the Liberty's not a threat to them. They're just trying to hold on to the AFC right now. So I believe they're in the AFC last time I checked. But with that being said, the Mystics need to handle business to put even more pressure on when they come up out of this. They go on the road to face the Aces. That the pressure is more on them, and they got house money just in case it don't go well in Las Vegas. So, but with that being said, you should try to win every game. But we're gonna focus on this one. But I know that's what everybody's looking at ahead. So it puts even more emphasis on handling business now because it could create some doubt after a 6-game winning streak. You come here and lay an egg at home against the Mercury, and now you got to deal with the defending champs back to back. That you know that could be a 3-loss swing, and now that kind of just disrupted the momentum you had. And now you back fighting at the bottom of the playoff race, and you don't want to do that. You want to keep trying to jump up. So, that's what I'm saying. And then Mystics do what you do, as usual. Dominate on the boards, kill them in the paint. High-low game between Shakira and Kiki. Sonya and Michaela Onywhere want to get them going more, shooting the ball from the perimeter. Georgia Moore, don't turn the ball over. Cassandra, do what you did last game. Just try to bring that production. Cody, be Cody. You know what I mean? Lauren, be Lauren. When y'all get spot minutes, and just keep doing what y'all doing. Keep trying to win games, and that's it. That's the main thing, man. But yeah, don't look at the record like, oh, they got this, because this is when streaks usually end, when they get caught up in these trap games.
Right, which I think one of those things where, a lot of times this year you've been talking about having different type of tests depending on the opponent. This is one of the ones where the person just mentally, like you said, can't afford not to be locked into this one. Just because of those, and you said everyone's looking at those next 2 games. You got to take care of today first. And yeah, it's a young team. I'm seeing it grow. This is one of the things. This is one of those instances where a veteran team thrives because they're able to lock in for these types of games. And we'll see if they're able to do that today. And you said they just played it or took the standard. They should be fine. We'll see how things go. We'll see you guys a couple of words for Hollywood. If you had any final thoughts. All right, y'all, we do it again.